Chairman, we're live.
Okay, welcome back everybody on YouTube and those in the audience. We're at our 10:30 agenda item. This is buildings and grounds. Welcome back, Scott. Hope you had a good trip.
Yep, had a great trip.
Good. What do you got?
My first action, I guess, the Clay Peak finally got back with us with their rate increase, a new contract. So Doug got it submitted through for review with legal, so it's ready to be approved and signed.
And they sent, what are we paying now? Do you remember?
No, because generally Clay Peak, we pay on a monthly basis. is what
But
we
it's
do.
per tonnage.
Yeah.
And I thought it was 23 something a ton. So it's going up to 25.
Yeah.
I don't remember the numbers anymore. 23.80, I think, was what we used to pay.
390,000. That's is that for a year?
This is for 2 years. This is 2 years. It'll be 2 years from the effective date.
But at the very bottom of, there's an appendix A that tells you the rates. The other question I had for you, Scott, is they're charging $4 to $6 for tires. Would it be cheaper just to ship them down there than what we're doing now
What's that? Ship them where?
to Clay Peak?
I'd have to look at that and see, because Castle Tire, we're collecting up there, and then Castle Tire comes up and gets them. So
And what do we have to pay them to take them?
it just depends on how much we load them up. They ship each time.
Are they per tire? Is it a ton weight?
No, I think it's a ton weight is what it is.
So maybe you take a look at that.
There's no way they count all those tires.
Oh yeah, it's a mix of stuff.
Yeah, there's tires and rims and everything else, and it kind of varies with Clay Peak. A tire itself is $2. If it's a tire and rim, then it jumps to $4. If it's truck tire, it can be up to $7. So it kind of varies on what
See,
the
that's
tire is.
they're jumping that to $4
Yeah.
and $6 if it has a rim. And then on the refrigerated appliances, do we have to take the what is it? The stuff out of it?
We don't ship those over there.
But I'm just looking at it, it's $15 each.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's cheaper to do that and let them worry about the Freon than, I don't know, I'm just hoping you'll look at that and see.
Yeah.
We have to take the Freon out, and I think that was another $20, wasn't it?
Well, it depends. No, it's more than that per unit now. By the time they come up, the last ones we got, I think he's up to $40 to $50 a unit.
Of course, if we ship a whole truckload of refrigerators, appliances down there, it's gonna cost you that much in trucking.
Yeah. Plus, we get them crushed up, and then we get money back
Get
from
money back that way.
Pacific Steel for them.
There's kind of a fine line right there, isn't there?
Yep.
Okay, everybody good with this agreement? Everybody's had a chance to read it? We need a motion then to approve the agreement with Clay Peak Landfill for another 2 years.
I'll make a motion that we approve the agreement with Clay Peak Landfill for 2 years, two more years.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
So, Scott,
Yep.
what kind of shape is Clay Peak in for longevity?
I've never been to the site. I wouldn't know, really. I don't know, what their longevity is over there.
Sure.
They are expecting to be full within 30 years. And depending on what happens with the Elmore site, Ada County has been dumping at Clay Peak, and that could reduce that down to 20 to 25 years. I mean, it's critical mass now for them. So they've also got Malheur County bringing stuff over. So they're trying to push people out. They're just saying, we're not going to do this because then they will not have a site in the future. So it's something we got to find resolution to. It's either technology where they're going to, they were talking in the meeting about doing incinerators. So it's either upgrading technology or we got to find our own dump site.
There was one county that I think is in the process of doing the incinerating thing, and I don't remember which county it was. But I think
It's
that's the
Bonner.
future, is to burn it and create
Yeah,
steam.
Bonner's Ferry is buying one.
Bonner's Ferry.
Others for that up north. Huh.
Yeah, right on the Canadian border. So I think technology's changing. I think we're going to have to do some work and look into the technology. DF brought us that information. And then we also had another guy talk to the Economic Development Council that he's doing the same kind of work. And I think we need to bring them in and have them do a presentation for us.
I think so, because we need to know what it costs, what to expect.
And below it says
I mean, even if you do a landfill,
community in Latin.
eventually it's gonna fill up. You know, 50, 100 years, still gonna.
Yeah, and trying to get a landfill approved in today's world is not all that easy to do. Their liner itself was $4 million for Adams County. So they're not cheap. And we just need to look at technology changes.
Jury's signature on here.
Give it to Doug, you'll write excused absence or whatever.
He puts a smiley face on it.
Okay. Next.
We're taking care of you, Sherry.
As long as it's not a smiley face with devil ears, I'm okay.
You'll never know until you see it 2 years from now.
I'm going to be checking.
Hey, what else you got?
Well, just trying to catch up with after being gone. I'm not sure where Granite is with our paving out here. They were supposed to, I was told, in a couple weeks, just before I left, and I've been gone a couple weeks, and gave them Mitch's contact information, and I was gone. So I sent an email to Brad today, kind of asking where we're at on the schedule here, because we're running out of time and stuff. So
Keep booking them.
they were supposed to start grinding on the 11th up at the transfer site, so I need to run up there and see if that got going or not and stuff. 2 o'clock, we've got
Scott, I apologize. Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, I was up at the transfer site this weekend,
Mhm.
and it looks like a lot of the material has been ground. The
Has been
pile's
Mhm.
really non-existent, or there's a minimal pile now.
Okay.
That's good news.
Yeah, and then they gave us a bid to go down and grind the pile at Lake Fork for the Firewise stuff for $3,000 plus mobilization. So that's cheaper than I think we
Well, let's
get.
wait till after the Woody collection here. When was that? In
I don't
October?
think that's what I was just talking with Mar. It's like October 11th. I don't think we can wait that
You
long.
think you can?
No, I don't. If they're done up there, they're not going to want to sit around and wait
No,
till
that's
the middle
true.
and stuff. So so we're just talking. They'll grind it, and what will be brought afterwards can just sit there till next year. It's not really in anybody's way or anything there
Right.
and stuff. So and I did reach out to Dalrymple Construction that did the recycle center for us about enclosing our scale up there at the transfer site, and they've come back with a bid of $39,000 to enclose it and put lights inside of it for us. So
That doesn't have a roof now, does it?
it has a roof, but it has no sides. And in the winter, we get so much snow blowing in there, and the girls have to get out there and try to keep the snow from around the load cells and everything else. So
Does that include a closing door on both ends?
there's the only place to be open is the ends where they go in and out.
And that's the end if the snow comes in.
Well, it kind of comes in from the one side. It blows kind of from the south side, comes in on them quite a bit and stuff. So, so like I said, I got that proposal for them. I'd like to try and get it done before this winter to see if they can help with up there. We've gone to a liquid ice melt that we can spray down around it that does help, but can't remember how much snow. Nikki said she shoveled off last year because she was, could see the weight of the scale and go shovel it off, and so she was recording it. So she did quite a bit of snow last year.
Yeah, that's not good for her to be doing that either.
And then they used to go in and scrape it off Lake Shore, but when they damaged the building a year ago or so doing it, they don't do it anymore and stuff. So
That might be something to think about in the next contract.
So, looking at
Scott, if
that.
you'll get that on an agenda for approval.
Yeah, I wanted to kind of run it by you first before, get it on there. And they just they didn't really submit a formal proposal. I'll get them something that can be signed. So they just got me a number, is what they did.
So that's put girders up and
Yeah, they'll have to
siding.
weld all the tabs and stuff on the, so that they can put the Z metal or the metal across the purlings and attach and stuff, and they get an electrician in there because it'll kind of make it a little darker in there, especially as we get shorter days, and put 6 lights in there.
There should be power there, though.
Yeah, there is, because you have the scale, the readout and the light down there that tells them to continue on and stuff. So
Okay, I think you should look into it, see what we can do.
yeah.
Scott, will you give us an update on Toby doing anything on that parking lot at Ameritidal? We're going to be trying to be moving in there in April, so we need that done this fall before we try and get people in there in the spring.
Okay.
And then also, where are you at on any upgrades, finalizing upgrades on that building and the fairgrounds, or
Well,
where are
I'll
we
get-
at there?
Well, I'll have to get with him and just see where we're at on, because I haven't had a chance to go down and see where, since I've gotten back.
Yeah,
Today's my
the,
first day back, so I gotta kind of catch up.
I was at the fair board meeting and Toby was there and he said he's got all the numbers put together for doing that.
Okay,
So you may just touch base with him
okay.
on doing all that work.
The work on the parking lot and stuff?
Yes.
Okay. It's okay. I'll get with him.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, welcome back, we missed you. Time to poke the bear again.
Yeah. So, yeah, we gotta have we lost our fan, our convection fan on our jail, the stove. Luckily, I got a hold of Clay and Boise Appliance. Guy is over at Nobo right now, so he's gonna come look at it. I think we got a lemon on that thing, to be honest with you. That Imperial range has just been a headache since we put it in.
It's an old range.
Oh, it's brand new. I mean, we put that in 3 years ago.
That's pretty
We replaced the oven range in the jail
Huh.
right my first year here and stuff, and it's just been one headache after another.
Scott, did you say next year you're retiring out?
1 year from today.
A year from today?
1 year from today.
Oh, okay. I know somebody who might be interested.
Yeah.
Has maybe not all your knowledge, but he knows quite a bit.
We need to look at someone that's got some training or some experience and stuff. Mitch, he's not quite sure what he's going to do, if he might go another year or two, but he's not interested in the position at all. And my other staff members does not have the skill set.
Right.
I at this point anyway.
1 year from today.
Yeah.
So Neil, is this guy like looking for work now, or is he still working now?
He's still working over St. Luke's
Okay.
for the last quite a few years, maintenance director.
Well, it might be such a deal you guys might want to think about July or August next year, double encumber that salary and put him on and Scott can train him. Do 2 or 3 months with Scott before he retires.
Absolutely.
And that's what kind of was talking with Mike, and I think when we were in here with when Oki's training and stuff, that it'd be nice if we could bring someone on board about 3 months so
Right.
we can go through everything, and especially if they're we're still gonna have the solid waste involved. Like I say, going into when I came in, I had no experience in solid waste, and so it'd be nice to be able to have a couple months to go over that, too, with someone.
You feel like that's a whole separate job or should be a separate job? Like a solid waste director or something? Is there enough?
No,
work?
I think it's I think it could still be incorporated into the, in this, especially if you, I'm lucky because I have pretty good staff with the facility sides. I don't really have to, keep, they'll take care of things. They know what needs taken care of. So it does free me up to deal with the solid waste more and stuff. So. Not this time.
Change is always happening.
Yep.
Hey, and nothing else?
Nothing I can think of right the minute. Like I said, I'm still reading emails, trying to catch up on things.
And then you need to get a hold of Oak on the propane bids. We did open them. His concern was that we don't really have a contract. And he was trying to figure out how he could get a contract from these companies. Go through that. This was more like just an RFP. But we did not award that bid.
Okay.
So that needs to come back on here pretty quick.
It's on the agenda again.
It's on it at 2
Yes?
at 2 today.
Oh shit, I read right past it. Yep.
What we,
right.
I know what we've done in the past was we have our professional service agreement, and we just plugged it into the numbers into that, attached the RFP to it as an exhibit, and that was our contract, kind of how we did it. How we done
So
it in
much
the past.
about Bellevue price and that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I didn't see that. I think we're gonna be okay. He
Yeah.
wanted to look at it before we awarded that bid, so we didn't do that. We postponed
We
it.
just need to, and then how we done, we figure which one, is the winner of the bidding process, and then we create the contract off of that. Is kind of what we've done with the county's professional service agreement. We've kind of attached it as an exhibit to it, and then have them sign the professional service
Oh,
agreement.
so they have ours, they had ours when they made the bid.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not really allowed to include that with the bid form. So once the RFP is accepted, then once they're, the winning bidder, then we have, sign it. Yeah. So I just need to know who it is so I can get that to them.
We'll answer that 2:00 today.
Okay. And we'll be back at 4 with, Terry will be here, to formalize their 4% increase
Right.
for next
And
year.
that's kind of an automatic, isn't it?
It's kind of, we got to do it,
Yeah.
we've got no choice.
Yeah.
And they did let me know ahead of time, so it is figured into this year's budget and stuff, so.
Yeah.
So, okay.
I'll call you on that other meeting.
Yeah.
Right. Thanks, Scott.
Is one coming in for the next one?
I believe so, Mr. Chairman. I think he
So
was going to come in.
we have 10 minutes until our next agenda item. We're gonna go